That was embarrassing. Hawks lose 5-1 to the Winnipeg Jets. This one was just a long game that was pretty much over from the start. Because the Jets got 2 goals here in the first 5 minutes. The second goal in particular, Pionk was sitting there probably a good 3 or 4 seconds with no Blackhawk defender even trying and stop him or something. I mean, and of course he rips it past Fleury. You give a professional hockey player that long to look for a shot, they're going to score. I mean, Paul Stastny put it right through the 5-hole of Fleury on the first minute of the game. The defense just played terrible, and Fleury was not able to stop the shots. And see, Marc-Andre Fleury's the reigning Vezina. I think people may be forgetting about it because he's had a terrible start to the season. It's pretty shameful, and honestly, I don't know what to say. I mean, the Hawks had a goal taken back early in the second period from Ryan Carpenter just as power play time expired because it was offsides. And then, it got worse because it was probably about 4-0 before. And Marc-Andre Fleury was letting in, every single shot he was seeing, it looked like. Anytime a Jet player had a good look, it was behind Fleury, and he was just bad today. You don't let up 5 goals. Marc-Andre Fleury's been laying up goals left and right all season. He's having probably the worst start he's had in his career. Probably because the defense can't help them. And as per a couple other games where the Hawks have only been shut out one time this year, and that was against St. Louis in a 1-0 game. I mean, they should have been shut out by the New York Islanders. They should have been shut out here. There's probably another game that I'm thinking of that I'm forgetting right now that they probably should have been shut out of. But it's just embarrassing. I didn't really have high hopes for winning this game. I don't really have, the optimism of winning games that I used to have. That being said, that was last year in a way. But this year I've had pretty much no optimism from the get-go. I mean, I think the most optimistic I've been about winning a game is the Devils and the Senators. It's a bit rough. And you know what? You know what's super funny? Calvin DeHaan. I ripped on him pretty much the entire second half of last season. And he made another terrible defensive play here late in this one. Tries to clear the zone, right to a Jets player, right back in the zone to Nikolai Ehlers, walks right past Calvin DeHaan and fires it right past Fleury. And in this game, you could basically see Fleury express his frustration on every single goal. I mean, he was upset all night long and wasn't able to get anything because his defense was not helping him. What else? What else? Another long day, another bad road loss. This one probably, I think, the worst of the year so far by 4 goals, and they looked lifeless the entire game. And you know what? The only person who scored today was not what you'd expect. It wasn't Kubalik, Hagel, DeBrincat, or Kane, the people who have really been able to score for us all year. It was Mackenzie Entwistle, and honestly, I'm kind of glad that he was able to get a goal, albeit incredibly meaningless. All it does is erase the shutout. But, I mean, good for you. I mean, what are we going to do? What's it going to take to change things around here? Because we're losing games, and they're not, close. They're bad losses. Most of our losses this year have been bad losses, which is why I was so oh, it's all right that we lost to the Hurricanes because we only lost by 1, and we even had a 2-goal lead at one point. Because that has been a highlight this season so far, having a 2-goal lead on the Hurricanes and not ending up winning that game. I think that alone should show you how bad this team is and how bad we've been this season. Colliton's got to go, man. He's got to go. We got rid of Bowman. We got rid of a bunch of other guys because of that thing. I mean, what it's going to take is probably getting rid of Colliton because, again, the talent is there. We have the talent on paper to be at least a decent team. But our coaching is beyond awful that we can't get anything. Frankly, people have been calling for Colleton's head since last season, and honestly, I don't blame them at this point. With how bad of a start we're off to, this might be the worst start to a season the Hawks have ever had. In short, Colleton needs to go. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say because if we can get better coaching in, who knows? Maybe we'll actually be able to win a dang game to save ourselves. It's just sad how this season has gotten off to the start that it's had on and off the ice because I don't really need to go into it. I've already expressed how that situation has affected the organization and the fans in general. Fans are pissed. I'm pissed. I thought maybe, just maybe, that the win against the Senators would maybe try and change something. I mean, they played already against the Hurricanes, but this was just a lifeless performance that the entire team wants to forget about. But wait. Oh, no. We're not done. We're not done. But wait. There is more. Because you know who our next opponent is? It's the Nashville Predators. Of course, our next opponent is the Nashville Predators. A perfect chance for them to pounce and just strike us back into the ground like they did all of last year. And seeing how they performed against us last year, how they performed against us the past couple of years, I have no hope. We're going to lose the game. We're only playing them 4 times this year. Doesn't matter. We're still going to lose. This is going to be a long season. So that's going to do it for this one. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.